Assalamu alaikum, friends. How are you? Dear friends, the life we are living, that's very, very important indeed. And unfortunately, many of us, or maybe most of us, we are not happy and satisfied with our life at all. We are not happy and satisfied with our life at all. My dear friends, there is a trouble with us that maybe we don't have the right sort of knowledge, the right sort of information, the right sort of wisdom, and that becomes the reason. And lacking the good information, knowledge, wisdom, actually develop the wrong sort of attitudes. And these wrong sort of attitudes are responsible, for living a life which is not enjoyable, which is not so good, which is not that much, we should be satisfied with. We need to change, and to be able to change, I think we need certain very important motivation, certain very important factor, and certain very important pieces of knowledge or wisdom. I think that is going to be the topic of our today's discussion. Three pieces of wisdom that can change your life. This is the topic of our today's discussion. Three pieces of wisdom that can really change your life. We are going to talk about that. What are those three pieces of wisdom? Let's talk about that. First of all, it is stop sweating small stuff. First of all, it is stop sweating small stuff. Most of the things we are seen feeling unhappy about, these are very small in nature. These are not big in nature at all. So these are not that much important at all. But despite all that, since we want everything else according to our own wishes and desires, so this is the reason that we are seen unhappy and we are seen sweating. So the first piece of wisdom is stop sweating small stuff and focus on the grand scheme of things. Focus on the bigger picture. The trouble with us is why we people are seen sweating over the small stuff, feeling unhappy and disturbed over the trivial thing, because we are not focused on the bigger picture, because we are not focused on the grand scheme of things. So that is the reason. So the first piece of wisdom is that stop sweating small stuff. And the second is focus on experiences and not the thing. Focus on experiences and not the possessions. What is that, by the way? It is natural to have very good. It is natural to, to have very nice pieces of dresses. It is natural to have the very nice gadgets. Very natural to have a nice car, a nice home. All of these things are fine. But the trouble is that it is the experiences which are far more important than even these possessions, than even these things, than even this money. So I think that we should be creating the experiences and very good memories. We should be focusing upon the experiences. We should be preferring the experiences over the things and the possessions. That is really important, my dear friends. Focusing and concentrating upon the experiences, create memories mean travel and do certain other things as well. So that is something really nice and really good. Focus on the experiences and not the things. Okay. And that is the second piece of wisdom which can change our life. Now the third piece of wisdom which can really change our life, that is practice gratitude daily. Practice gratitude daily. And why is it that, I mean, why can it make such a big difference in our life? I think it can create us a very happy state of mind, a very satisfied state of mind. First of all, look how many of the troubles the people here in this world today are facing, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept you and kept me free of all those. There are many of the calamities, the troubles. people have faced and people are facing. So, if at all I, you, or many of the people are free of that, isn't it something that upon which we need to become a grateful person? Indeed, 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 it is very, very important to become a grateful person to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Go visit the prisons, visit the prisons, and you will come to know that how much of the troubles are there, how much pain and suffering is there. Visit the hospitals, and you will come to know that how much of the suffering and the trouble and the pain is there. There are many of the people who want to be admitted in the hospital, but they don't have the resources, and their governments does not provide them with this facility. Look upon the life of these people who have incurable diseases, who are suffering from chronic diseases, and they are unable to move on their own 2 feet. Isn't it a big trouble that we many and most of us free of that? And I think that we need to become grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because we are free of many of the troubles and the pain and the calamities. And visit the graveyards. And why I'm talking about that, although we have to be there for we have to be there, and but the trouble is that there are many of the younger folks buried over there. They could not live their life well, and many of them died during the first decade of their life. Another many of these died during the second decade of their life. So in this manner, many of the people could not avail a fair chance to live. So isn't it something that we must be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, being alive, being healthy, and if at all we are positive, having the positive attitude, I think all of these things are really great. So there are abundance of things we people are enjoying, but we are taking it for granted. We are taking it for granted, and we are not feeling grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We will feel the facility of that only once we are we that thing is snatched from us. Only if at all this thing is snatched from us, only then we feel the importance of that, how important it was, how beneficial it was, how useful it was. If we are getting the uninterrupted supply of these things, so we don't feel grateful to Allah subhanahu. There are plenty of the people who are unable to get even the basic of their needs. So all of these things are indicating that we need to become grateful. And I think those who are practicing gratitude consciously, they people are really the happier people. So these are the three pieces of wisdom which can definitely change our life. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah khair.